Hi, this is Ruth from the Happiness Project, and I am doing this video to talk about how your body speaks your emotions. So, there are two types of therapy that I use to really work through and process deep emotions that come from subconscious beliefs or old stuff, or pretty much anytime your emotions blow out of proportion with what's happening in the present, we can do that deep emotional work. And if you heal it, then you no longer feel out of control of your emotions when you have something trigger you. So the two tools I use are EMDR and something I call emotional mindfulness, which I'm doing some writing about. But I just had a question come in. A client texted me after we did an EMDR session and said, "Hey, is it normal to feel muscle pain after doing EMDR?" And I have to laugh because every time, well, not every time, but most of the time when I do an EMDR session with someone who's not used to it, um, it's an unusual experience because they'll come out of it a lot of time and say, "That's weird, that's weird, that's weird." I hear that a lot. And even with emotional mindfulness, I'll get some of that. So, first, your body speaks your emotions, or as what one wise therapist said, what your mind suppresses, your body expresses. But even when you're in the moment of it, your body expresses your emotions. So, the thing about that is, your mind doesn't speak uh, in linear, logical, black and white terms. Your mind speaks in metaphor. So think about dreams. Dreams do not read like a logical story from beginning to the end. They just don't. They're usually weird. There's metaphors. There's a feeling involved. There's this represents that, and this feels like that, and these two things don't go together. But in the dream, somehow that made sense. So when you're doing work that goes deeper than your logical brain, and you're physically using your body to process emotions, and with EMDR you're tapping your brain in a different way as well. What happens is your body starts to express and process and heal, and sometimes impressions will come up. Sometimes the physical feeling in your body moves all around, and that's normal. I'm just kind of sharing because this, if you've ever worked with this kind of stuff, one thing when people are with me, I usually tell them a story or two about other clients' physical experiences, so they understand that they're normal, they're not going crazy, and this is how your mind can do the healing work through your body. It expresses emotion through your body, so it can heal through your body. Now, maybe it doesn't make sense to you when I say your emotions expressed through your body. So when you get really, really angry, where do you feel that? Some people know what that is. If you give a kid a picture of a frame of a boy or girl and say, color your anger, they're going to color like red in their head or black in their fists or something like that. So your body feels it, and even kids can connect to this. When you feel scared, what's really common, right? There's this tension, and then like this heartbeat, and then the tightness in the chest. That's common. Or for some people, it goes in their gut. You get butterflies, you get nauseous. So, the body expresses the feelings. That's why is mind body connection. That's why higher stress leads to higher blood pressure, and certain people with stress that can lead to ulcers and different things like that. So, if it makes sense that your body expresses your emotions and they go together, then it should make sense on some level that if you're able to truly work through the emotions and heal them, your body's going to express that as well. So I've heard a lot of things. I had somebody that got a headache in my office. Sometimes headaches come and go during some of this body work, and her headache was up here, and then we did a little bit of time processing, and then it was here, and then we took another time processing, and then it was here, and it continued to move down the spine each time till it was at the base of her spine. And then we did another moment of processing. And then she said it was spreading through her butt cheeks like fingers. And then we did one more, and then it was gone. And when the feeling physically left her body, I went back to the memory, and there was zero pain. Now, this is a memory that happened 50 years before she saw me, and she cried telling it to me. 25 minutes later, the pain is gone. Um, Oh, now I'm a little bummed I used that story because I just used that story in a podcast I did. But hey, I have others. I've had somebody have a feeling of something wrapping around specifically their left eye. I've had somebody with, anxiety in their chest and then tingling in her feet, and she felt like she wanted to run, right? And I've had people that felt sore afterwards. I had one gal that got pain in her body that was so bad, in her shoulders. I have a few shoulder people, but one specifically was so bad the first time we dealt with an issue that she said she was sore for days after doing a therapy session. So this work is intense, and it is not necessarily for the faint of heart, as I tell people, but man, when you face something and you feel and you process through that and get to the other side of it, the changes are so cool. So I was going to share that about healing in the body, and it's all I got for now. Although since this one's unusual, I'll probably post it on Facebook. Feel free to comment with questions because I'm happy to chat and share a little bit more. All right, take care, everybody. Bye.